Are you ready to untap the 90% of that undiscovered, untapped in human potential that you have in there? Do you know, are you curious to know about the 6 mental faculties that you have and nobody, no school has told you about? Well, good evening. Good evening. My name is Nebila Dhieb, PhD in Applied Linguistics and a Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant, and I'm delighted once again to communicate with you on this particular point of human potential and growth. Now, what are our mental faculties that we are endowed, we are given, yet nobody tells us about them, nobody helps us how to explore them. They are barely touched on in the school system and at school and in our daily life. So what we're going to do today is really answer these 2 questions, which are: what are my mental faculties? What are the mental faculties that you have and that nobody tells you about? Now tell me in the chat box. This is a quiz for you, this is a question for you. Who do we have? Okay, right, Aisha, Sardar. If you are following me, then tell me, what are the 6 mental faculties that you have? This is a quiz for you. Put in the chat box in there, what are the 6 mental faculties that you have? Okay, I'll give you a few minutes to scratch your head and think about them and share with me in the chat box. Do you know about them? What are the 6 mental faculties? Come on, give me a try. Hello, hello, Sardar. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Any questions in there? Okay, so I'm gonna start by telling you about so before we discuss the mental faculties, let's first of all say a few things regarding our potential as human beings. Now, when we come to the word, it's taken for granted. We can do certain things as compared to the animal world. We can think, we can go to school, we can develop mentally, but like in particular, precisely, what is it that I can do? What are my mental faculties? So you see, probably the lack of answers that we have here indicates that we are not so sure. We have a little idea, but we are not so sure. So this is the main reason why people can come and go in life and barely scratch the surface of 10% of their potential. It is generally now recognized by science and research that people can live a whole life, maybe 80 years, 75 years, 65 years, however many years of their life they can live, and still hello in there, Kashif, how are you? And they can never explore their full potential, and they can barely explore 10%, and 10% really is the maximum. Now, we have researchers who explore this, like Abraham Maslow, like Margaret Mead, like Otto Herbert. And these researchers, try to discover how much of the human potential do people use. Margaret Mead, for example, tells us people can use their entire life, they do not use more than 6% of their potential. Now, Herbert Otto claims that people use just 5% of their potential. So all in all, you can see there is, if you like, a general agreement that people do not use at best 10% of their potential. And then you tell me, what is this potential nobody told us about at school? Okay, so basically, thank you everyone. Thank you for the likes and the hearts. Thank you for joining me tonight. And just to come back, we are discussing human potential. We are discussing, and I asked at the beginning of this live, what are the 6 mental faculties that we have? And I'm still waiting for some answers. Type up in the chat box some of the mental faculties you think you have and that you use on a daily life, but you do not use them, so to speak, consciously. So as we said, a maximum of 10% is being used by human beings in their day-to-day life, and they may spend a lifetime using just about 10%. So guys, just imagine if you scratch the surface and added 5 or 10% to your life. What kind of things, what kind of results, what kind of success can you bring to your life? Hello, Hardy Pictures, how are you? Thank you for joining me. And what happens if you add 5 to 10%? That's about doubling your results. So if you add 5 to 10% of your human potential and scratch the surface, you will be doubling your results. You will be doubling your income. You will be doubling your success. You will be doubling everything you are receiving in life. Okay, without any further ado, I'm going to tell you about the 6 mental faculties that we have. As human beings, when we come to this word, we are endowed with 6 absolutely amazing mental faculties, which are imagination, reason, will, memory, perception, and intuition. Let me repeat them again. Your imagination, your reasoning faculties, reason, your will, that's another mental faculties, another mental muscle, memory, perception, and intuition. And each of these mental faculties is an absolutely amazing tool in your toolbox that you can use to maximize your results. So just imagine, guys, if you use 5 or 10% more of your imagination to create the results you want in life, what's going to happen to your results? If you increase your reasoning faculties, your will, if you multiply, if you like, your use of your memory to do things better and more and bigger and nicer and so on and so forth, what's going to happen to your results? Perception, likewise, our ability to look at things from different sides. This is a phenomenal mental faculty, as well as intuition. And by intuition, we mean that nudge, that little voice that speaks to you sometimes, and it's a very soft voice, and it tells you and it gives you an idea about where to go and what to do. Unfortunately, guys, with these 6 mental faculties, when we are born, we have 100% access to these amazing toolbox of mental faculties that we can use, that we can really strengthen, that we can use in terms of to maximize our results. However, because of the social, if you like, the social paradigms, when we start using our imagination, or the little kid starts using his imagination, mom and dad say, oh, how are you going to do this? Who is going? Where is the money going to come from? And little by little, and the teacher says, stop daydreaming, come back and let's work on this or on that. And little by little, the kid is talked out of using his imagination or her imagination freely. It is said that we are born with 100% mental faculties. By the age of 2, we are using another 20% of our mental faculties, and by the age of 20, we are using just about 2% of this amazing reservoir of, if you like, potential. So just imagine what damage, I would say, is done to kids, and when they are asked to limit their imagination, when they are asked to certain, so to speak, box themselves in certain paradigms, society's way of doing things, that are going to limit and box the kid little by little in routines and habits and things of what could or could not be done. And little by little, the child who is born as a free spirit now starts aligning to social rules, to what mom and dad thinks, to what the teacher wants, to what society wants, and he starts playing the part and acting the part and responding to society's needs and expectations. And little by little, he starts forgetting about his own needs, about his own wants, his own desire. And generally, it's desire that forces us into tapping into this reservoir, into finding the ways and means to make things happen. And in no time, you will find the kid by the age of 20 aligning to social rules, trying to, if you like, respond to societal expectations, to educational expectations, to everybody's expectations, and forget about their own. What I'd like you to do, guys, is really think. So if you have kids, this is the opportunity. See what is it you can do to maximize. What is it you can do to give space for kids to explore their potential, to bring to the fore their imagination, their reasoning skills, their will, their memory, their perception, and their intuition, and strengthen them. Why I say this? Because these mental faculties are pretty much like muscles, but they are our mental muscles. And the more you use them, the more you strengthen them, the more you are going to maximize their efficiency and efficacy. And by perforce, you are going to improve your productivity and your output and your results. So you see, guys, how exploring our potential is extremely useful, and especially for kids between the age of 0, meaning the age of 0 is when the kids are born, to the age of 7. This is an extremely important phase in the life of the kid, and that's where you're gonna help him maximize and explore all of these mental faculties. There are a lot of books and a lot of resources available to help you figure out. So if you are a parent, and if you want to maximize exploring how can I help my kid explore his or her mental faculties, how do I prepare her and or him for better, for more, for success in life, that's through going inside, exploring your mental faculties and using them and strengthening those mental faculties. So even if you are an adult, it's never too late, no matter what age, despite what people around and common culture says that oh, I have bad memory. There is no such a thing as bad memory. You use it, you're gonna strengthen it. There are ways and means to strengthen the memory even at a late age. There are ways and means to increase your imagination and the use of it. There are ways and means to increase your reasoning strategies, your reason. The main thing is that we are open. And unfortunately, these mental faculties and how we use them, how we maximize them, they are not, properly and formally taught at school. So we need to become consciously aware of what are my mental faculties, how can I use them, how can I strengthen them, and then take it from there. Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. Hey there, Abdul and Shadi and everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. So here we are looking at how to help kids maximize their potential. And as I was saying, even as an adult, it's never too late, to untap the true potential that is in you and maximize the use of your mental faculties to create something better and bigger and absolutely amazing and beautiful in your life. If you are looking at kids resources, there is an amazing reference which is how to multiply your baby's intelligence. You can find it online. It's by the Institute for the Achievement of Human Potential, and it's called how to multiply your baby's potential, your baby's intelligence. And the reference is available on the internet. You can check it out and find strategies to help you improve the potential in your child. So if you learned anything from my live today, can you please type up in the chat box? Can you remember the 6 mental faculties I've been talking about? Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I was delighted, and I'll see you next Saturday for another live and another topic. Thanks so much. Bye for now.